Hello everybody and welcome to another Twilight Zone retro review. Today it is Season 1, Episode 6, called Escape Clause. Once again written by an obviously very busy at this time Rod Serling, and starring David Wayne as Walter Bedecker and Thomas Gomez as the Devil. Yes, that's right, that's really who he plays in this episode, the Devil. And this episode is once again very different in tone from the last couple. It's really just pretty much an entertaining romp without a lot of depth to it. But that being said, it's an entertaining episode. And what this episode is about is Walter Bedecker, whose name is said about 50 times in the opening. I guess Rod Serling really wants us to know who this guy is a hypochondriac. And he thinks something's always wrong with him. In the opening scene, we see a doctor telling him there's nothing wrong with him and that he's making all this up. And now he also has a wife in this episode, and she's very concerned about what's going on. And I have to say, he's very crabby with this woman. I know times were different, but I'm not really sure why this woman is still with him, to be honest with you. So, anyway, he questions why men can't live longer, why they have to pass away so soon after they're born. I guess it's a matter of time perspective there. But he says, why can't men live 1,000 years or something like that? And then he says, why can't they live forever? Well, what do you know? This man comes into his room and just shows up out of nowhere. Now, right there, that should tell you that something's off, but I guess for Mr. Walter Bedecker, that just seems normal, I suppose. So anyway, the man offers him a bargain. He tells him we both have something that the other one wants. He says, I can give you your immortality. You can live forever. All I need is a little thing called your soul. I love how he says it's just a little insignificant thing. And, Walter Bedecker tells him, well, can I keep my appearance? And they get around to it. He says, sure. You can, keep your appearance. That's fine. And he says, there's just one more thing. I'll give you a contract, and it'll say if you ever want the deal to end, I can end it for you. And Walter Bedecker's like, yeah, I would never really want to do that. Why would I ever want to end a contract? And, So, anyway, we go to the next scene, and he tests out his powers to see if they work or not. And he puts his hands on some kind of hot surface. I'm not sure what that thing was. But anyway, nothing happens to him, so he knows that his new powers work. Now, this whole thing to me is a great premise, especially for its time and interesting, but here's where the episode kind of turns not for the great, in my opinion. There's so many things you could do with this concept, and all this guy is going to do is jump in front of trains and have subway accidents and fires and drink poison, and these are some of the things he does. He mentions that he had 14 accidents in all, and that he's getting bored, and sure, he's making money off of this, but really, that's the best thing that he can come up with to do. No wonder he's bored. And also, that was the best thing Rod Serling could think of to write. It just seems like there's a lot more things you could try and do with this power. I mean, if you had immortality, you couldn't think of anything better to do than just get into accidents that can't kill you. I don't know. I mean, it's entertaining and it works, but I just think that there's some wasted potential there. It could have been more. And so anyway, the next big thing that happens is Walter tells his wife, who's actually getting quite annoying at this point, why she's still here, I have no idea. And he tells her he's going to jump off the roof because, nothing else can kill him. So he might as well try that just for fun. Well, she follows him up to the roof and keeps just annoying him. And she actually, this is a spoiler alert, she falls off the roof. And he all of a sudden gets a big smile on his face. He decides to call the police and tell them that he killed her, because his way of thinking is he will get the electric chair, and it'll be a new method of death he hasn't tried yet, and it won't kill him anyway, so it'll be fun just for a ruse to do this. So he gets a trial. His lawyer basically tells him, you're not even trying. And he's like, oh, really? And he's grinning and smug. And, he just thinks that, who cares? What can they do to me? Well, the twist of the episode, as there usually is one in Twilight Zone, is that he is found guilty, but he actually doesn't get the electric chair. He gets prison for life. So now he's basically immortal, where nothing can kill him, but he'll be stuck in prison basically forever, since there's no chance of parole with his sentence. So basically, he decides to use his escape clause. The devil comes back, and he dies. That's really it. Which again, I don't know if they could have done something a little more clever with the ending here. The ending is okay, it works. I mean, obviously there's a lesson to this whole thing about be careful what you wish for. Don't make deals with supernatural beings that aren't good. Probably not a good idea. And, just that you can't cheat the natural things that are supposed to happen to you in this world. So, overall, a fun, lighter toned episode. I know it sounds kind of serious, but a lot of this episode is played in a very light tone. And I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I'm feeling nice. A 3 out of 5 because it is entertaining and watchable. It's actually good. I just felt they could have done more with the concept. But for what it is, it's still good. So a 3 out of 5 for Escape Clause. And if you like this review, you can like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of Escape Clause. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.